Okay, I'm on.
Okay, I'm getting on. I gotta go. You on?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Some water, take my fill. The 11 right now. This clock is slow and your clock is slow. All right, it's 11. I need the microphone on, okay. I need the camera on, okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, allow. Notifications may include alerts, sounds, and icons.
Go ahead, allow it, yeah.
Please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon. Oh my God, I need some lipstick on. I look horrible. Denise Kenner said, "Oh, I'm gonna FaceTime." Yes, girl, I don't like to FaceTime. It's like, look like old people.
Yeah, that's right.
Just did the Zoom call with Dr. Shay.
Yeah, I see you. Can you see yourself? Okay, that's better because it was cutting your head off. I just saw Ella, and now I didn't see her. Hey, Jay, Greta.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm on here. This is Aaron.
Okay, Jay.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing a trial run here, trying to work out the kinks.
You know, it's ironic. I did my first one of these yesterday. It wasn't on Zoom. It was on something else.
Really?
Yeah, so I kind of figured my way around it a little bit, you know.
Yeah, well, this is my first, so. Roger, see if you
Hi,
can
this
help
is
her.
Bob Porter joining the meeting.
Okay, Bob, I hear you, but I don't see you.
I don't see anything either. Obviously, I've done something wrong. Let me try and go through another route. I'll hang up, come back.
Okay. Did you click?
Yeah, I think he did the telephone join as opposed to the internet.
Okay.
So I
Better?
think this is the new normal. So we're gonna have
Yeah.
to we're really gonna have to get our skill set up on doing these kind of things, you know. 'Cause,
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do today, just to I'm the host and this is my first time, so I don't know what I'm doing.
right. Well, yesterday my daughter's she had to defend her thesis, so they let us join as a group and watch and observe and everything. So that was my first time doing a video chat like this. I know on the iPhone you could group FaceTime.
Thank you. All right. Hey, y'all. I can hear now.
Okay.
Greta's there, but Greta, can you hear anything?
Where do you turn it down? Up here.
Greta's there, but I don't.
I can see Greta. It says connecting to audio on hers.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Okay. Now she should be connected. Greta, can you hear us?
Apparently not yet. Next one.
It's one of the people.
Huh?
So it's one of the other people that you can't hear.
Greta, can't hear her. So I don't know if her microphone is not on or.
That's on her. Yeah, she needs to opt into the audio mic on her side.
I don't know.
So I don't know if she's on her phone though, or.
I'll text. You want to text her? Wait a minute.
Either way, once she clicks the screen, it'll give her an option to turn on the microphone.
That's you, Raja?
Yeah. How you doing?
All right. How you, brother?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Oh, nice shirt, man. Nice shirt.
Right? It's a classic. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this is mine or Dad's actually.
Did you do it, AJ?
Yeah, that's I printed that for Baba Uziki, Mama. Mama Johnny.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, see you there.
Hey there. AJ, I got a project for you too. We got to do the graphics.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Connecting audio.
But it hasn't connected.
Mm-hmm. So they have to click on the screen and opt into the audio?
Right. It gives you an option. It looks like it did it, right?
Where? Bob, can you hear? No.
And then you can also send them a message.
Where?
There she is.
This is Bob Porter.
Got you now.
Okay.
Finally. my success for the day. I'm through.
Send a message where?
Well, I think is it in here? Yeah. So you can directly message anyone who's listed, who's already connected to the call.
So they're chatting?
Right.
Oh, here it is.
Another pen.
She's still in, but it looks like she doesn't have.
Huh?
It says she's still in, but it looks like she doesn't have
The audio. She doesn't have her audio.
or video at the moment, right?
This is her here.
Okay.
I could see Greta. Well, she just disappeared.
Right.
Okay, let me find her number and text her and tell her to touch the screen.
She's back now. Can you hear me,
Greta?
Greta? No, she's not.
If you can call her, it might be quicker.
Okay, let me try. Oh, shoot. Okay, Greta. E. All right, I'm calling her.
Okay.
Probably just opt into the audio, to the microphone.
Hey, Greta. Hold on. Raja's gonna. Right, Raja's gonna tell you what to do. You may have to go in the. I mean, it may fade out, so you may have to go there.
Hello, Greta? Greta? Yeah, I was saying that I think you might need to opt into the audio of the call. So,
I did. Let me see. I thought I did. Then I did it before. I'm like, what the heck?
do you hear?
Yeah.
You can hear it now, right?
No, I'm hearing it from the phone.
Do you hear?
Modern technology, you gotta love it.
One day we'll love it. I don't know if it's today.
I mean, if you click the screen, it should prompt you to the mic audio, and then also give you an option for the video. If you just click like the entire box.
All right.
But she's there, but now I can't see her.
Right.
No.
But you
She's
But I
coming
hear
back.
you now. I hear you now, but I can't see you now.
okay.
The simplest thing that you've done before. Why not?
Oh, that's her on the
Okay.
phone.
On the phone.
Oh,
Oh no.
no. I was hearing her on the phone. I don't see her picture or hear her.
Well, we see her house.
Is that her?
We see her red sofa or something.
Hold on a second. Let me come back here. I'm gonna get out of this spot that I'm in now. Do you want to leave the meeting? No. I'm walking through my house now. There's Marvin Akosua, Galaxy Note 8.
Where did AJ go?
Right.
Should try signing out.
Okay, so recording. I'm hearing you guys.
We're here.
Why can't you see me? Why can't I see you?
Did you hit here? Tell her, did she, well, whatever you need to tell her, because I don't know.
What are you using?
No, don't scratch your head.
Hey, I don't know, baby. This is my first time. You know?
Okay. Well, why don't you try signing in and signing back out? Right? You have the
There, ask her if she has on her screen a unmute button, because I had one on mine when I first got in, down at the bottom of the screen.
So again, I think it does need to prompt you. I haven't done it on the phone.
But Ella's been trying to get on, and she shows up, but then disappears.
Right, and then Jawara just tried.
I tried to admit him, but it's not responding to allow him in the meeting.
Is there a limit to how many people can be in the meeting?
100.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we haven't reached that yet.
Not quite.
Maybe next time.
But some of y'all are so deep, maybe y'all accounting for 10 or 20 people. I don't know.
We're no longer 3/5, huh?
Right.
So yeah, we want to. I guess everybody has a different phone platform too. Is
Exactly.
anybody doing it on a laptop or a computer?
I'm on my computer.
Uh-huh.
So is everybody,
I'm on the phone.
you on the phone? AJ,
Yeah,
you
I'm
on
on
your
the
phone?
Yeah. So it kind of tells you, if it doesn't tell you their name, it tells you what they're on.
Right. That's what I saw. Got
Right.
a note. Let me see if I can get,
Well, I see everybody's hasn't been able to get to the barber or the I'm especially talking about myself.
we all in the same boat on that one.
I'm telling you.
Right. How's
I'm not-
Nan?
She's fine. She's in here.
Joara.
Nan?
She doesn't hit. She's in another
seem to
room, but
be
she's in there.
Oh,
letting
okay.
you in. I keep admitting you, but nothing responds. Do you have a smartphone? You have a smartphone?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously.
Okay, download the app on your phone. A couple of people are connected on their phones, so that might be an easier. Okay.
So you.
Okay.
That is so.
Hey, Greta.
Oh, hey.
Still no
Hey,
sound.
Yes, I hear her.
Yeah, you're hearing the phone.
Oh, okay.
If you click this.
Oh no, there's still no sound.
In the microphone.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I don't see the microphone icon on her.
Well, what you're hearing is the audio
On
from
her name.
phone. So.
But everybody else has a.
Either if you click the screen or in the top left corner. I don't know what kind of phone you have, but you would. But in the top left corner, it should, or at the top, there should be maybe a. And then if you hit that, that should go in and allow them to hear your audio.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Nope.
Did you? And so when you hit the microphone, did it color? Like it should be gray now. And then if you hit the microphone, it should go to color so that they can hear you.
Hit the microphone. No, it's still gray. Off is the screen.
Right. Yeah. You want yours to be colored in as well.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly. That's exactly what you want to do.
Okay, it's coming, Greta. Greta is connecting to audio.
That's what it says, but it said that before though.
Right, I said that before. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
Oh.
So you want to join the audio in order for them to be able to hear you. Yes. So you're gonna. But when it, as far as the joint audio option, that's not working.
you're on.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I just saw something.
As soon as I
You're,
got this,
you're on.
as soon as I got
Hey.
this,
I just saw green.
hey, sis.
Oh, yes, you're on, Greta.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes,
it
I can
keeps
hear you
going
now.
up and down.
We hear you. You're connected.
I'm
Don't do
on.
anything.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
Joara, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I'm not hearing very loud.
We hear you loud.
Okay, well, that's it. Marvin, say something to me.
Can you hear me, Greta?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So listen, I was putting on a mask at 5 to 11, and now the mask is I was doing facial, and the mask is dry.
It's all
Don't
good.
you just
So
love
I
video
am
conferences?
extra. Can you see it?
We can,
We can
yes,
see it.
I thought it was a new makeup.
I thought it was a
Joara,
back camera, but you
I
got
had
a
time. I
I
had
got you
time.
on
I was
twice,
here
man.
early,
Yeah,
and I said,
I'm gonna
"Oh,
get
let
rid
me
of
put
one
a
of them.
little mask on. Let me do a little something. Nobody's here yet. I've been here. I just didn't want to be late, you know. So I am here. What did I miss? Hey, Aaron.
Hello, how are you, Greta?
I love you, brothers. Love you, sister.
Love you too, all right. Jawara, we got you on here twice, Baba Jawara.
I just got off once.
Oh, okay.
I'm an egotist. What can I tell you?
All right.
What did I miss?
Nothing. We're still
Nothing. We
trying to
still
get
trying.
everybody
We've been trying to
connected.
get
Where's
connectivity.
Jimmy
right?
King? Jimmy King. Gee.
Yeah, I spoke to him a while ago. He said he was going to be on,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
haven't seen him log in.
Well, I'm going to continue to take this off before my face
Well,
gets too dry.
I've seen you try to log in a couple of times, but you come in and disappear.
So I might as well. I'm quarantined.
Okay.
Any good news? Anything you guys saw that you want to share? Something funny? I got something I can't wait to tell you guys about.
Mm.
So
just
someone sent it to me on WhatsApp. So this Spanish brother took a large Coca-Cola bottle, cut it down the middle, cut out the shape, the bottom, and put it over his face, and he had this great plastic mask.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're selling these masks from China like that, beautiful shape and everything, like a visor, for like $9.99, $15.99, and he made his out of a Coca-Cola bottle, the tall size.
I see Ella now. Hello, Ella.
Ella, can you hear us?
Hello.
No, she had no
Her
audio.
audio's not on.
All right, so you got to instruct it the same way you instructed Greta. I don't know. Oh, here's connecting the audio.
now. Hopefully that works.
We'll see.
Okay.
You're right.
There she is. All right, she's in.
Hey, Ella.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Greta, hey, Marvin. Hey, Aaron.
Hello.
Hey, Kosua. Hey, everybody.
Hey, hey.
I don't see Ella, I just hear Ella. Hello, Ella.
Hey, Greta.
Come here. Yes.
What's up, Aaron?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
No complaint.
Yeah, everybody's on.
Oh,
so
no.
whenever you finish. Okay. Click that link. Yeah. Okay.
So the way my screen is set up, I can only see 4 people, well, including myself, 3 other people at a time.
Same here.
You
Same here.
you see a blue
Yeah, you
arrow at the
gotta
top?
scroll.
If you click
No.
the screen, you can, I think Roger said you can adjust the size and maybe get more
Okay.
people on.
Or you can scroll from.
Yeah, because mine has like a little scroll
Or you
thing
can
on the
scroll,
bottom.
yeah.
Okay.
Mine
I can
has
see the scroll
share.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
So apparently, the interface is different on a tablet, a laptop, and a cell phone.
If you click top left, you can change to gallery view, then you can see everybody.
Top left.
No, mine just has the sound or flipping the camera
Mine
back.
have a camera.
Yeah.
It will ask you if you want to switch.
Ella, you on the phone or you on a tablet?
I'm on an iPad.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be a different interface for an iPad as opposed to a phone. So that's something we're learning here. Can everybody see Jimmy?
Yep. Hey,
Yes.
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
I
His
don't see.
audio is not connected.
There he is.
I don't see Jimmy. I don't see Ella. but I'm hearing.
I
I
don't
see
hear
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
but I don't hear it.
Uh-oh. That sound like Jimmy. Is that you, brother?
So he's got to try to connect his audio. And again, he's on his phone. So, oh, here it is. He's connecting audio, connecting to audio.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
We hear you now.
Yeah. now I'm cooking with gas.
They say you're gonna sing. They say you're gonna sing a song.
Yeah, of course. I'm a country boy from Nigeria. That's why.
Yeah, cooking with petrol.
Forgive me.
Okay.
So we've got missing maybe 2 people. I'm going to try to reach them. And failing that, we can begin.
Okay.
So hold on one sec.
Oh, can I eat while we're doing this?
Huh?
Can I eat something?
I can't believe him.
Only if you share with all.
Only if you share, you got to share
Greta
something.
can take off her mask. You can eat her facial.
The food, don't worry. No problem.
Oh my
Man.
God.
I'll share my food.
We should say, if you're not sharing, you can't eat.
While we're waiting.
Yeah.
All right now.
Wait a minute. That's you, Ella. That's you singing?
No.
Got my sound. Little bit of Bill.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's a group right here.
Say what?
I only see a
Of
coast.
course, I've forgotten
Yeah.
what I did to get on this time.
Email,
So next time I'll have to go through the same thing. This is going to be
Or
tough.
do you have the WhatsApp app? I can give you just the dial
We're just
code.
here watching Greta do her facial. It's just
Yeah.
I know, but it's
Right, exactly.
you're on Zoom, right?
Listen,
okay.
I swear, I came on 5 minutes of 11. My mask was on. I said by 11 I
Join
take
the
it
call.
off. Now
Yeah,
I'm
don't worry about it. You're already pretty. Don't worry. You don't need
Right, right. So
My-
that's why your skin is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now we know your secrets.
Right.
Listen, it's not the best kept one though.
Not anymore.
No, Aaron, you can see me?
Yeah,
Of course. Everybody can see you.
We can all see you.
Stop. Why am I not seeing everybody?
Well, this is the makeup. It's the cleanser that you put on.
All right. Okay now.
Can you see me now?
Aaron, where's Aaron? No, I see a Coast One Marvin. What's my brother name down there?
Jawara.
Huh?
Jawara.
Jawara. I see Jawara.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn Bill Withers off. I gotta come back in a second, but y'all go ahead, please.
Okay, it's 199 112 112
Okay.
671.
I got to go where I can charge my phone. I don't want my phone to die. It's on 27%.
Yes, get it charged.
Do the same.
You said you're going to use your cleanser, you said?
Really?
I did already. I did already.
Oh, you did already. Okay.
Yeah, I did a mask. I cleansed. Now I'm moisturizing.
Oh, yes. We know you did. I thought Aaron said he was going to go do clean up.
No, I did my facial already. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is too much.
I'm done. My facial is finished.
Yes. Oh yeah, you look better now. Aaron.
Thank you. I
Thank
have a
you.
little shine. I have a little shine going on. And then I'm gonna put a little coconut oil and coconut oil on my lips.
Oh, okay.
And what's
Get
your
all the tips now.
what is your moisturizer?
My girlfriend sent me something from Borghese. I did the Borghese mud mask and the moisture, the
I
cleanser,
can't believe that we're doing this.
and coconut oil on my lips. I'm gonna need that when I go to Ghana. I'm gonna need coconut oil on my lips when I go to Ghana, my face, all of that to keep this whole thing intact.
Yeah, man.
My mother swear by
Okay.
coconut oil. So
I
at
don't
this
see you.
time, I'm in there. Anyway,
Well, Coach will ask for you.
okay.
Well, Nan says hello to everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
sister.
Nan.
In another room, but she's here with us. She's present.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Andrew. Oh, he's not here yet. Andrew.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Coach.
How are
Marvin,
you?
from here.
Got
From
you.
the-
We got you.
Hi, bro. How you doing?
I'm gonna try to find everybody.
Okay, this is what we would call a quorum.
All right.
So, as I said, this is a test. We're just trying to work out the connectivity kinks. Make sure everybody, you know, is familiar with their platform.
All right.
And then, you know, I think I sent out a list of the invitees with a brief kind of description. But, you know, for purposes of introduction and familiarization,
All right.
we're going to go around the horn, and I'd like everybody to kind of introduce themselves, give kind of a brief bio of, you know, kind of who you are, what your area of expertise, the nature of your enterprise, or whatever you feel like sharing, so that people can get a sense of, you know, who you are. I think I know everybody, but I know everybody here doesn't know everybody.
All right.
So, I don't know if everybody has the same screen up
Trying to get Nan together.
in terms of, you know, I'm looking at 3 rows of people.
Me too.
Yeah, I only got 4 photographs, and I
I only
can't.
got 4.
You know, like
Get
Aaron
4
and
to
I-
a page.
Aaron and I in the same town, the same township.
Bob, can you see everybody, or how many do you see?
I get 4 to a page.
Okay, well, that's the cell phone app, you know,
Yeah.
limitations. But there are
I'm seeing
1, 2,
6.
you're seeing 6.
Yeah.
Andrew, what
Well,
do you
including
want?
myself.
Huh?
2, 4, 5. Yeah. How many people are there?
There's
Let me
1, 2, 3,
expand.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jawara stepped away,
All right.
but there's 9
Oh, I
people
don't
on the
see
call.
Jimmy. I don't see Ella.
So on the call, Zakoswa, myself, I'm looking at my screen,
All right.
Jawara, who stepped away, Ella, Greta, Jimmy, Bob Porter, Andrew, and AJ.
Okay.
So that's 9 of us.
Okay.
On the phones, when people talk, can you see them at all or not? You can't see anything.
I'm seeing you now as you're talking. You've moved to a larger
Right.
screen. And
But people who are using their phones, can
Oh,
you
yeah,
see the
I'm
person
on.
who's talking?
No,
No, I have to
it
go
turns
to
green
the
around your
page that
picture.
they're on.
It turns
Okay.
green around your picture when you're talking.
Right. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So, but do they show up on your screen?
So the
Yeah, I
video
can see
is
the
voice
photograph.
activated. So when you talk, your video pops up on the screen. That's what
Right.
it looks like. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Koswa, you're up first on my screen.
Oh, okay. Koswa Bandeli, designer, jewelry specifically, other things, whatever you need. I have been an entrepreneur for 48 years, I guess. And I've had several retail spaces, Chicago, Detroit, North Carolina. And I do merchandising, you know, interior design, whatever you need, that's me, okay? I got all the ideas you could ever think of. Wait a minute, wait. So I'm just, you know, whatever is needed, I'm, you know, can fill the void, I'm sure. So.
And Koswa was a Chicago native.
Right.
It helps to identify your geography, just so
Okay.
we have a sense.
Okay.
Ella?
Hi, I'm Ella Isaac. I'm a hat designer. I've been in business 28 years. Started off as a wholesaler, have had a retail location. Now, I'm originally from England. I reside in Philadelphia. And now my primary business is really traveling and doing events, like a lot of us, doing shows. But I do have an online presence, and I do business through my website. So I'm kind of proficient with online sales as well as wholesaling, retailing, and events. I guess that's it.
Ella, are you Isaac or Isaacs?
I'm an Isaac.
Isaac, I keep calling you Isaacs. Okay, thank you. Greta.
Hi, everybody. I'm Greta Wallace. My company is Simply Greta. I'm originally from Trinidad. I grew up in Brooklyn. I honed into this career at the Knapp's establishment in Brooklyn. I did several of the outdoor shows in Brooklyn. I travel along the country as well, selling at several of the music festivals. I'm an exhibitor. So I'm a designer, stylist, and I collaborate to create the energy of clothing for my clients. I sell a sustainable line of clothing which provide longevity, affordability, and impact. And it's a long-lasting collection. I try to sell longevity as to fast trends of clothing. I am now living in Atlanta, 8 months now, and continuing to create. I have done some wholesaling. I produced in India for a while, which was incredible. And so when the economy crashed, that stopped or took a pause. And now I am joining, and I'm in the New Africa family.
Jimmy stepped away. Bob.
No, I didn't step away. I'm here.
Oh.
I just have to put my King mask on. So I had to make sure that my Jimmy King mask is on so that we're on point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you hear me through the mask?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Ella, since you can't hear me, I've been doing this business before Ella was born. That's way back.
That's not true. That's not true.
But anyway, my name is Olu Jimmy King. I'm primarily a textile artist and a painter and a clothing designer. Just like Akosua, I believe I can do anything because creativity is limitless. I've done just about every wholesale manufacturing. I manufacture on 3-4 different continents. And I call my pieces wearable art. So from head to toe, I make shoes, I make hats, clothing, and everything else in between. That's it. But did you want to know where I'm from? Nigeria. I'm from Lagos, and I've been in business for a while, since maybe like since 1984. Since 1984. So that's about it. I'm third generation textile artist. My grandmother was a textile artist. My grandfather was a bespoke tailor. So it's my calling. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Carry on the tradition, the African tradition, and spread it all over the world.
Where are you based at now?
I'm based, I have 2 bases, maybe 3 bases. I have a Lagos base, I have an Atlanta base, and a Washington, D.C. base. So I got 3 shops, and I'm between the 3 places.
Okay.
Cool.
Jawara, you stepped away. We're just doing introductions. Yeah.
Sure enough, sure enough. So, have no real background as a.
What's your name?
Jawara is my name, and I've known Marvin since, I don't know, 1987 or 88, I guess. Been in DC for that period of time. Came to DC for school in 77. Went back home after school, 81 to New York, and then came back in 87. Married an artist and a wonderful spirit. Been together since 1980, and giving thanks for that. Have been an admirer of Marvin's wisdom for a long time, and been kind of just in touch with a lot of people in and around art. Janua, Yuziki, Akili, a lot of artist folks, and I think that the creative people are gonna be the ones to kind of open the doors to the next creative thinking, to the next way forward. I'm an MD by training. I'm a jazz head. I don't play jazz, but I'm a jazz fanatic, and just trying to be informed and trying to help as I can. I've had a couple of business ventures, have not done well whenever I was involved in business that I didn't have my hands directly on it. So I had business partners who were kind of shaky, and I took some real bad hits. So I've learned a lot about what not to do in business. And I can share a lot of those stories with anybody willing to listen. Each one is a long story, so if you really want to hear, you got to give me about 5 hours on the phone to talk about it. But, at this point, really interested in trying to make sure that the young people have a sense that the elders are true elders, that they are really doing their best not to do things that adolescents do, but they're trying to do things that elders do to prepare for the next, as the Iroquois say, the next 7 generations. So that's my story.
Bob, you're up.
Hi, I'm Bob Porter. I'm, I guess, new to the group. I know Marvin through a couple of different sources, but I have not had the pleasure before meeting the rest of you. I am a lawyer by trade. I'm practiced for around 40 years, and I've covered a lot of different areas. My latest ventures have been business formation, business expansion, litigation, those types of things. And I've also been an entrepreneur, started a number of businesses over the years. Some of them have been very successful. Some of them haven't lasted the 5 years that Jawara would take to describe his businesses. So I guess it's the nature of the beast that some of them will succeed, some of them won't. I am currently involved in a business venture involving precious metals, gold and the like, selling e-commerce, that type of thing. I'm hopeful for what it can accomplish and hopeful that it can establish ties between Chicago, Philadelphia. We have offices in Chicago, Philadelphia, and hopefully with places like Ghana and their efforts or their new efforts to enter into gold refining and that type of thing. I am, I guess, here because I believe in fulfilling the role as an elder. I've learned a lot of things, seen a lot of things, know a lot of things that I'd like to share with with others and with the youngsters that are coming along and what this is all about. The reason I've joined a group of artists when I couldn't find a note if you put me in a room with just the two of us. The reason I'd like to collaborate with artists is because I think that there's no one silver bullet for us to reach where we need to be. But when we got so many different talents and skills that are spread out all over the world, there's no way for us to connect, no way for us to spread our knowledge or to share our knowledge. So there needs to be some meeting place, someplace, a watering hole where we can all come together. And I think that the one thing that everybody has in common is their love for the arts and their love for musicians, for artists, visual as well as audio. And if we can build something around that, it provides a way for everybody to congregate, to share. And while we all tackle our own little corners of the world, we can all come together and surround ourselves or be amongst the artists, which you folks are truly the best of. So that's why I'm here, hoping that we can collaborate and move forward. And that's it. That's me. I'm in Chicago, if I didn't say that before.
Excellent.
Andrew, you're up next.
Hello, my name is Andrew Wilson. I live in Nassau, Bahamas. I am an entrepreneur for the last, how long has it been? Last 45, 47, almost 50 years. Started out as a street peddler in New York City, where I established my first formal, semi-formal business, which was called Gallery of New World in New York City around 1977, 78, which is when I hooked up with Marvin and became his New York rep for the Art of Leather collection. Around 1980, I returned home back to Nassau, Bahamas, and with the help of Marvin, I set up my first enterprise here, which was called Suncraft Limited, manufacturers of leather goods and a variety of other souvenir products, incense, costume, jewelry, etc. Between 1980 and now, if I haven't tried about 50 different businesses, I haven't tried one, but a handful of them has done well for me. A couple of them have done very well for me, and allowed me to reach a point where I'm now able to pursue my long-time dream of establishing enterprises on the motherland. For the last 2019, I spent a lot of time in China, establishing a small presence there and a variety of contacts in various fields, and where I presently have established an agent as well as a warehouse. And between 2019 and today, I've been back and forth to Ghana 3 times. The last 2 times with Marvin, where we've proceeded to establish the base of an infrastructure there. In Accra, we've started setting up a small garment manufacturing operation. And in Kumasi, we're making great headway. We've started producing sandals. And we're making good headway in moving forward with the establishment of a full-fledged leather production operation in Ghana, Marvin and myself. We're also about 30%, I would say about 30% along the way in the establishment of Garvey's Guest House in Kumasi. And we have a small intended to be an Airbnb project in Accra called Garvey's Place. And both of those places would be available to all of us when we pass through the motherland.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Do you know Bawa?
I'm sorry?
Do you know Bawa?
Who's Bawa?
Yeah. So Bawa is a brother who had a presence in DC for how long, baby? Maybe 30 years, 25 years, long time.
Yeah.
And he is initially, he's from Ghana and entrepreneur type, kind of come out of, I'm gonna say the eastern part of Ghana. He's Ewe. And he was doing really a really nice clothing store for a long time. And he has moved back to Ghana. He's in a place called Kejabi.
Right.
Very knowledgeable cat, very open, one of the, a person who is truly going to tell you the truth about stuff. And he might be a good contact because, he knows people at the level of ministers and stuff like that.
So Jawara, you have his contact information?
I can get it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's actually, so just to close that out, when Bawa left, he was very close to the brother who ran the bookstore. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Hodari.
No, not Hodari. Very tall brother, had a bookstore on 18th Street.
Right.
And he
Right,
and his wife had
Jackie. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Magaji. And Magaji passed. But at the present time, Bawa is managing like 5 farms.
All right.
And I visited him. He's raising cattle, and he's also got, people, working with him and stuff like that. Very serious about, having the agribusiness correct, is very well respected. And he had established a cadre of workers while he was here in the store on 18th Street who were doing work for him. I always got the impression that he took good care of his workers and, did well. But he sold lots of clothes. As a matter of fact, I would buy some Jimmy King clothes from him sometimes too.
Yeah, his store specialized in men's apparel, which was
In what?
really distinct. It's called Kobo's. It was
Right.
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ.
Okay, Aaron Johnson is my name. Lifetime entrepreneur. Started as a student entrepreneur at Howard University, going door to door in the dormitory selling T-shirts, and have grown our business into a screen print and embroidery shop, now housing about a 5,000 square foot facility. And because of the nature of the business and it being a seasonal business, I've ventured into making clothes as well. So now we are designing clothes, and a lot of the sales of the clothes are done via festivals and events around the country. But my primary business is custom screen print and embroidery. So we've printed T-shirts for some of the people in this group over the years, including Gaba. Shout out to Gaba.
Yes.
But I'm now presently involved in one of the stores that I had was with a brother from Ghana. And so I'm trying to connect that whole link between, back home and here. And that's presently where we are. I'm just really trying to navigate this COVID situation as all of us are, and trying to find a way forward. I grew up in Long Island, in New York, and came to Washington, D.C., where I call Washington, D.C. home for the last 30 years. Came here as a student and never left. Fell in love with the place as it was constructed back then. It's changed a lot, but we're still here trying to fight the good fight, and just thrilled to be a part of this organization. And I just want to shout out a particular sister who I just was speaking to her Friday. And she's the sister of Koshua in Philadelphia who started the LOTS conference. Mama Koshua Sabri. And she passed away, I believe it was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was very, you know,
I didn't know that.
you know, a lot of times we're not just doing business together. You know what I mean? We are kindred spirits and we have a bond. The business is kind of a byproduct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, just I think it's a good time and a good forum to honor and shout out Mama Koshua.
Koswa.
Yeah.
Ashe, Mama Koswa.
And that's all I have to say.
So again, the thought process here was to get us on the platform, navigate it, make sure everybody, you know, could talk to, see each other. Let's do some preliminary introductions. What I was hoping to do was to have a second, really more formalized call next week, where Mark Scott, who's kind of a tech whiz from New York, we met, you know, through Ibenmek. He and his wife used to do a line of children's clothing, but I've, you know, kept in touch with him over the years. But he's a consultant, you know, technical consultant for some of the Fortune 500 companies, and he kind of backed away out of that because, you know, he was not trying to help Monsanto, you know, destroy the planet. But he does have that skill set, and he's agreed to listen to us talk and kind of project what our ideas are. You know, some of them we started talking about, some of them, you know, just in the back of our minds, but he would listen to that and then present to us kind of a digital roadmap in terms of, from his perception, how to navigate from where we are now to what our final destinations might be. I thought that would be a helpful blueprint or framework to begin to organize around. On this call, there are a few of us, you know, who travel the circuit, who produce and market items, who are now contemplating and moving towards developing an e-commerce platform to accommodate that and to accommodate our constituency. Clearly based on, you know, the US economy, even before the virus, that was necessary. That's where retail is migrating to, and it offers, you know, a great opportunity. So it's a confluence of a number of things coming together. So one of the challenges with the e-commerce is connecting to an audience that vast. You have to have production capacity to meet it. That's been a challenge for many of us. Some of us, the challenge is production, some of it is marketing. The project that Andrew spoke of in Ghana, you know, is a framework for developing production capacity that could be managed in a way that a designer could go there and, you know, once it's up and running, could have some of your products manufactured there and shipped back or delivered to the internet, to the e-commerce environment. So that's one connection. As I'm looking at the New Africa piece, there are two things that I think are paramount. One is the market, because again, that sustains us. It also generates revenue. It is also, I think, a more deliberate way to make connections with other individuals and their enterprises to build a framework. And it will sustain other challenges and operations that we have going forward. Most of us have kind of reached a plateau where, you know, we've developed products, we've developed brands, we've developed audiences, but we need to take it to the next step. You know, Ella has tried manufacturing, Jimmy's tried manufacturing, Andrew and I have tried it. We've learned some lessons. We need to, whatever those lessons are, digest them and invest it in the next level. It does the next generation no good for us to die and leave a bunch of inventory in our closets without having created enterprises that the next generation can pick up and take to the next level. So that's one of the challenges. The other arena is media. And these are conversations I've been having with Bob Porter in terms of the urgency of us owning and controlling our own platform. Zoom is nice, but somebody owns Zoom. This is, you know, somebody else's revenue stream. Facebook is somebody else's revenue stream. AJ has spoken about the challenges he's had, you know, working through Facebook. So that's the other piece. We need to own and control the systems that allow us to talk to each other. This is one. And to communicate to our audience, our market, and to communicate broadly to our larger international, global African community. So those are two of the pieces, you know, that are near and dear to me. Within this environment, you know, if there are other ideas you have, other visions you have for our community going forward, this is a time and a place for us to discuss those things and to begin to take steps towards that. I liken this process to developing the seed. What we're doing now is developing a seed that we imprint with our ideas and our visions. Then we plant that seed through communications, through our actions, and it grows over time. This is not an instant process. It grows over time, and hopefully it will bear fruit for our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. That's the way we need to think. So, you know, it's 12:01. You know, test accomplished. Anyone else has any, you know, closing remarks? You know, this would be the time. I really thank you all for taking the time to connect. This is, you know, step one in building this network. It's successful to me. I don't know about you.
Definitely. But when is our next?
I'm hoping. I'm targeting Tuesday of next week. But I've got to synchronize with Mark. But I'm thinking Tuesday, probably around this time. But I should know within the next day or so, and I'll email everybody that time. And there were 2 or 3 people who couldn't make it on this meeting who will probably be, hold on one second. I'm trying to connect. There's one more person.
Is Dawn in?
Audio.
Hey, Marvin?
Yeah.
Dawn didn't make it, huh?
She didn't make it. She said she was in the village today and wouldn't have a connect.
All right.
But this is waiting for Malik Ahmed. Many of you heard me last year, the year before, trying to organize a meetup, a physical meetup in St. Louis to connect with or to experience the Better Family Life complex in St. Louis, which just blew me away in terms of the facility, the operation, the program. I think he's got a staff of over 100 people.
Wow.
Acclaimed a section of St. Louis that they were developing.
What's the name of it again, Marvin? Better Life?
Better Family Life.
Better Family Life.
.org. And I've known Malik, you know, from New York back in the 60s. So, you know, he and his family been activists through the years. But, you know, just a real down brother, but, you know, just had no limits in terms of his vision. And, you know, wound up buying this school, developing, renovated. He and his wife put, I think, $17 million into this project, and it is pristine.
It's so impressive. You're like in awe, total awe. It's magnificent.
So Malik just stepped down this past year as the CEO and has transitioned into a career as an author. He just published a book chronicling his story. I think it's called From the Projects to the Pyramid, in search of a better family life. And I just got the book. It's a real good read. I'm enjoying it. But, you know, I see his picture there, but I don't know if he's connected. Does everybody see him?
I see him.
I see him. Yeah.
I lost Greta though. Greta?
He's back on my screen. Malik,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
are you here? Connecting audio now.
I figured out how to navigate
Malik?
everything now.
Yes. Hey,
Okay.
I'm on two conference calls. So, oh man, it's been a hell of a morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
So Malik, on the call, we have a Koswa, you know, Jawara Hunter from DC, Ella Isaac, everybody wave when I call your name. Ella Isaac from Philadelphia, Rob Porter from Chicago, Andrew Wilson from Nassau in the Bahamas, Jimmy King from Nigeria, DC and Atlanta.
All right.
AJ from DC.
All right.
Greta from Brooklyn and Atlanta now.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
So we had gone around the horn kind of introducing ourselves. And by the way, this session is being recorded, so you'll be able to go back if you missed anything and review it.
okay.
So Malik, we're asking people just to basically identify themselves and give a brief background in terms of, you know, who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Malik Ahmed. I'm originally from Harlem, New York. So at heart, I am a Harlemite. I hope that does not present any problems.
Big shout out. Big shout out.
All right, good. I've been living in St. Louis for the last 38 years of my life. I am the founder and the chief executive officer of Better Family Life, which is a community development corporation that I have founded. Hold on for 1 second. I got this other call I got to take, so please give me 1 second. Hey there.
While we have a moment, Marvin, I would like to also acknowledge a recently departed activist, artist, dealer, Eugene Phoney. I don't know if any of you knew him, but he was just the best, most wonderful brother, and he just transitioned yesterday. And he was an art dealer that handled John Bigger's work for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
He was just he's from Chicago originally, and all the artists, and I mean, he was at all of the festivals just to hang out and see people and try to represent them if they needed to be represented, and to give advice or help people get, steer their profession to the next level. So I just want to take a moment and just acknowledge him as our recently departed ancestor.
Ashe.
Okay.
Let me try to finish because I got someone coming to my house to pick up something very valuable. Is that okay, Marvin?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. In fact, I'll be retiring from my post as the CEO of Better Family Life, a post that I've held for the last 37 years. I'm the recent author of a book that I hope you all would pick up. It's called From the Projects to the Pyramids in Search of a Better Family Life. I've spent 3 years in Mali, West Africa, as a Peace Corps volunteer in the, hold on, Deborah, I'm on a conference call. Daryl is on his way, so when he rings the bell, let me know. Okay. As a urban planner, and I, back in the 1970s, from 1977 to 1980, I worked on a sanitation project. Better Family, and I come from a family that have had a tradition of being in the struggle for the last 60 years. So I'm very proud of the accomplishments of that family. So family is everything that I believe in. My experience in West Africa also was punctuated by the importance of family. Better Family Life, just in summary, is a holistic community development corporation that has as its foundation a cultural thrust, but we do everything from workforce to housing to community outreach to school-based programming, etc. Marvin and I have been colleagues for over 50 years, working in Harlem together and just doing a number of other things. So I look forward to this group doing some significant things. St. Louis certainly can be used as a base for some of the things that will be planned. That's my story.
Sticking to it, huh? Yeah. Okay, so that's everybody around the horn. I know everybody is busy. I really appreciate taking the time. Two things to think about. Each of us is at the center of a network of contacts, friends, resources. So there's a universe that could be on this call. Find and identify those people, because that's the next level of communication. We need to rope them in, not necessarily on a call, perhaps, but just to share what we're doing and encourage and engage and connect them to the threads that will emerge out of this. The second is your larger circle of family, friends, for us customers, that we're going to ultimately be communicating and bringing into the family of the New Africa concept and all the things that we're creating within it. So it's a time to sift through your network and begin to kind of, figure out who's who and how we're going to link them to ourselves and to each other going forward. And the final thing is that August 16th, Garvey's birthday.
17th,
I'm sorry. It's launch date. So on that date, whatever we have come up with by that time will go public and will go viral. So we're going to need to have our context in line to receive that to share that through their social networks and emails. And if we're successful, within a week, our message should circle the globe. Within a week.
Yeah. How many of us here are on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, all of us, I would say.
Marvin, I think what might be helpful is that, you know, until we, at such time as we get our own platform, maybe we can all just connect on Facebook as friends, and that will help us familiarize ourselves with each other with our various activities, etc., and also establish a direct link, communication link.
Okay, there is actually there is a Nuance page that was created for a Coastal store in North Carolina that's available. But yeah, we should all, you know, connect or friend with each other. But that's also a place that I'll connect everybody through there, so we'll have at least a discrete environment. But anybody who has any other ideas, again, you know, one of the things that that Mark Scott is insistent upon is that whatever platforms in the digital universe we create, that we own and control them. He's warning us deliberately about winding up, you know, years down the road on somebody else's digital plantation.
Yeah.
The whole universe is set up for that. You know, they make it easy for you to populate and do whatever you need to do, but before you know it, you know, the rules change, circumstances change, and their revenue stream changes. You know, Facebook being a prime example. It started out being a wonderful thing. Now every other post is an ad, and you can only talk to 25 people, and on and on and on and on. So just, you know, keeping that in mind, how do we create dedicated systems down the road?
I'm sorry, I was just going to point out that there are a number of things that are put out there on Facebook or on the internet, and they're not protected. No reference to a trademark, you know, it's a little TM symbol, and you put the name out there, which somebody else might like. When it's not protected, they might like it and start using it for their own purposes. So you may want to take a moment to just, you know, Brand New African or Nuance and all those, and just kind of shape them up and protect them in one of the states or another. You know, you might not want to do a federal protection, but you can do a state of Illinois protection, and give you a way to broadcast it without losing it.
Okay.
Just a thought.
That's key.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob, I'll talk to you further about that, and we'll move on that. Okay, folks, you know, anybody else have any last words before we sign off?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Enjoyed it. Looking forward to what happens.
Good to see everyone.
Indeed.
And
Kosawa.
everyone, hey, tell Deborah hi.
I will.
And stay well, stay safe, you all. We need each other.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, everybody.
I'll be sending friend requests to everybody. So
Okay.
when you see it, it's not a spam.
Okay.
One love, one love.
Hey, one love.
Peace.
One God, one aim, one destiny.
I need a mask, please.
Yeah, I'm a bush boy, so I don't know whether to wear the mask while on the telephone or just wear it outside.
It's funny, man. You funny.
You know, because my other phone got a virus, so I don't want to catch you talking on the phone again.
Send us some masks, Jimmy.
Send us some masks, Jimmy.
I got them. By Tuesday, you have a whole bunch of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Peace, everybody.
All right.
All right.
One love.
Take care.
Bye-bye.